Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the MPP Insider. I'm Mike Mino. On today's episode, we're going to discuss marijuana in the news. We're going to bring you a new segment called Good Cop, Bad Cop, and we're going to look at the latest edition of Marijuana by the Numbers. So let's get started right away with marijuana in the news. It's been a busy couple of weeks in the world of marijuana policy reform, starting in Arizona, where the Arizona Secretary of State has certified signatures for a ballot initiative that would make Arizona the 15th state in the nation to pass an effective medical marijuana law. That ballot initiative is being backed by a local group called the Arizona Medical Marijuana Policy Project, who's supported and funded heavily by MPP. We'll be looking forward to that this November with a lot of interest. The polls are very promising. Another local initiative that's gonna really be one to keep your eye on is in Detroit. A local group there called Coalition for a Safer Detroit has gathered enough signatures to place a measure on November's ballot that would make legal the adult possession of up to 1 ounce of marijuana. Stay tuned for developments on that. Also today, a new ordinance passed by the LA City Council threatens to shut down more than 400 medical marijuana dispensing collectives in that city. And we just received word moments ago that Colorado's Governor Bill Ritter has signed legislation that will regulate Colorado's booming medical marijuana industry and its many dispensaries. Stay tuned to the blog for updates on all those stories. Now, let's take a look at our new segment, Good Cop, Bad Cop. This is a new segment in which we're going to take a look at the role law enforcement plays in enforcing marijuana prohibition, both good and bad. Our good cop of the week is Ken Burton, who is the police chief in Columbia, Missouri, the town many of you might recall had that awful SWAT raid with the video of officers shooting dogs and terrorizing children. Well, during a press conference about that raid, the chief was asked his views on marijuana prohibition and whether he would support efforts to get police out of enforcing marijuana laws. Here's what he had to say.
So I'm with you on the fight. I hope you're successful at some point. We'll see how that goes. Yes, sir.
Sadly, not all law enforcement officers are as enlightened as Chief Burton, as we learned from a story last week out of Corpus Christi, Texas. There, police officers responded to a call of illegal marijuana plants growing out in the open. They spent several hours digging up more than 400 plants that didn't look or smell like marijuana. When they went back to the police station and finally tested those plants, they actually discovered that it was horse mint and not marijuana. A really embarrassing example of wasting public resources and limited law enforcement resources on enforcing marijuana laws. All right, so now it's time for our final segment, Marijuana by the Numbers. This week's number, 6. That's the number of months New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says he wants to delay implementing New Jersey's medical marijuana law. 6 whole months in which patients will have to go without protection from arrest or without safe access to their medicine. It's an urgent story. We're paying attention to it. Our allies are working on it. Please stay tuned to the blog for updates. And that's going to do it here for us on the MPP Insider. Once again, I am Mike Mino, reminding viewers that marijuana doesn't kill people, prohibition does.